Hi guys, it's Negla. I'm here with my new video for the month of December 2018. I can't really believe it's the end of the year, but here we are. This video is going to be for twin flames, for soulmates, for our divine partners. This is really a video for anyone who was on an ascension journey and they're really are working harder on themselves to bring love, happiness, and joy and compassion back into their lives. It's been an interesting ride so far since my last video and my live video on 11/11. It was definitely, a time when we're all getting tremendous amounts of activations, tremendous amounts of changes for us. It just opened up a whole portal for us with energies that were coming in to help us with our ascension and help us really release more layers of all this ego that is around our hearts, around our minds, around our lives. So if you follow my work, I do make some videos that I post on my YouTube channel. I haven't been doing many videos because I personally have been going through a lot more, my work time and my ascension time, my wisdom time. So it just takes a lot of effort to make those videos. But I sometimes it's easier for me to really just channel and post a quick message that I can write on my Facebook group page, Soul Speak. So I'd like to invite you to join it so you can see all my posts as well. Because I bring in more messages coming in throughout the month, that I have to share really quickly. I wanted to welcome all my new subscribers, all old subscribers, everyone who really comments, who shares their feelings with me, who send me messages, and who, of course, book readings with me. I'm really, really very grateful to each and every one of you, and I try to respond to messages as soon as I can. Even if I'm not responding to you right away, I'm still really, really appreciative of it because I read all my comments and I try to get to each and every one of you. But I do feel you in my heart, and I really send you a lot of love in return. Um, we're in the month of December, end of 2018. It's been such and I know each year we say it's been an interesting year, the least that we can say, but I have to say this has been a year that we've gained so much maturity in our connections, so much maturity and wisdom in our own knowing, and so much time that has passed, but we've been getting energies back and forth that was like really, really taking away many of our layers that connect with our ego. So I feel this month of December is coming in with its own interesting energies. Of course, it's the end of the year, and we're getting ready to end one year and get started with a new calendar year. But one of the things that I feel that is really important to highlight here is, Mercury just went direct, I believe December 6th, and I'm recording this on December 8th. And also we have a new moon in Sagittarius, December 7th. If you guys recall, back in May, I believe, we had the Sagittarius full moon, and I mentioned something important about that moon. This is a moon of truth. So I feel that since last May, especially because we're connecting now with the moon in Sagittarius, so it's a and not only the moon is this new moon is in Sagittarius, but also Jupiter, which is the planet that really represents Sagittarius. Is in Sagittarius sign, so there's so much expansion. So there's Jupiter and there's the Sun, and now the Moon is starting a new beginning as well. So with all these different planetary alignments, with all these different aspects of the astrology, and I'm not an astrologist, but I can feel the energies of things. We are really connecting with that full moon that happened back in I believe in May. So one of the things that I really was feeling even before I started my video, and I kept hearing, the idea of truth, the idea of life review. So there are things that we started, with the full moon in Sagittarius, which is a moon that it was coming in to highlight truth and bring areas of truth. We are really coming in to the month of December with this December new moon, in the sun sign of Sagittarius. To really start some new beginnings with the truth that has been unfolded. And I will show you a couple of cards because I asked the guides, like, really, what is the main theme of this month of December? And I was I was very happy to see those cards, because it really represented what many of us have been feeling so far, and it also represented the changes that we've been going through, the maturity, as I mentioned. It's that we're becoming more of who we are, the authenticity that's really coming into our lives. There's been so much happening between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies in the last few months. We've been working with union energies. We've been working with energies of change. We've been working with oneness energies. So we've been really grounding more of those energies within ourselves, because we have any energy that is coming to us, we have to really feel it in our hearts first. We have to ground it within ourselves before we can really offer it to the world. So we've been really working on all these different aspects of this union energy between the divine masculine and divine feminine. So it's been coming within us, and it's also been unfolding outside of us as well in aspects of our lives. So I know I'll be talking about the divine masculine energies. I'll be also talking about divine feminine energies. But one of the things that, of course, it's not a gender specific. It is not specific to a specific person that you have in mind. Because I know when we're thinking about divine masculine, we can only think of the outside aspect of that person, like that's a person in your life. But also, I want you to look at both energies as they are part of who you are. Because this, again, it represents this union between the two aspects of our creation, which is the balance between the masculine and the feminine energies in the same being. And even though it would represent others as well, and they would be so clear with it, because the divine masculine also comes with their own knowledge, and they really highlight the aspects of those energies. Also, the divine feminine come, as an individual itself, like, because we, as much as we have that balance of energy within us, we also represent more of one of them, like, because we are here to show that, and we're here to show these aspects also as us, as being the creation and as a soul. But we carry within us both aspects, because this is what brings us balance, is our connection to both energies within us, and also us being able to present one of them, but at the same time we totally fully get the other, the other outside aspect of us. I know it's a little deep to how to really explain that, but it's the more you understand the balance within you, the more you're going to understand why we have to keep working on those both energies at the same time. So I'll be talking about that. And I also asked different questions for the month of December from the guides, because I felt, with the end, this month being the ending of this year that we've been working so hard on, it's I wanted to see some, whatever important aspects that we need to keep looking at, because the new year is really right around the corner. So I don't feel this sense of separation between December and January, but I feel December is coming with its own aspect of endings and beginnings. And you're going to see the cards, because it was just when I was meditating before my started the video, I was getting a lot of messages, and I do get a lot of messages throughout, when I'm not on video. I get so many messages, because I'm learning a lot through my own journey, and I'm learning aspects of energy and the laws of the universe, and the connections and healing and all that, so I can bring it forward in my reading. That's why I don't do too many videos right now. It's also my time limitations as well, because it takes so much energy to really come up with one of my videos. I'm gonna start by, I wanted, the first card that came when I asked our guides, like, what is the main theme of December? What is it really December is going to represent for us? And if you guys recall, I did my January reading, and when I talked, about twin flames and our divine partners, there's been many themes that I showed in that video, so you can go back and watch that video again that I had, from January 2018, because it was coming with very strong messages about the awakening of the divine masculine. This is the year of the leadership of the divine masculines. They're coming into their own. And the divine feminine, of course, has been doing such an amazing job, even from the beginning of the year, to really get back in power and get back in their own balance and work on many, many aspects of their own healing. So you can go back and watch it. Maybe it will give you another new perception about how you can view this year versus, right now when we are in the month of December. It's really interesting to go through all of this. So the first card that came was, and I'm using a deck. I'm gonna, if you want to know about my decks, I always post in the description box below. This is Dwell Cool. I hope I'm just, saying his name correctly, but the card is called Dharma Unfolding, which is another interesting thing about how this month of December is representing. Remember that you're on a path, take one step at a time to happiness. So the idea of Dharma, and he was a Buddhist, a master Buddhist, you know, um, monk is really a master in all these different kind of energies. And it's interesting because Dharma unfolding, when you look at the idea of a Dharma is the right way of living. It's the way of the gods, the way of the universe. It's the cosmic way. It's different than karma. Karma is a different aspect of our journeys. Karma is our actions, our aspects of who we are. It's our history, our lives, our past lives. That's our karma represented in there. But with the month of December, when we look at this card, which is Dharma is us starting to see truth. And as I mentioned at the beginning, it's just coming with this idea of truth. Because when we were working back in the Sagittarius full moon, we worked on really uncovering truth and highlighting truth. And what does it mean by truth? Truth is seeing things for what they really are, from the deepness of what the soul wants to show you. Because there's so many aspects of our lives that are really hidden behind masks, behind deceptions, behind our own egos that don't want to see the truth. But with this, with this Sagittarius new moon, is really about the truth becoming so clear to us that we can't even deny it. And I feel with this card is this month of December is that we are reaching new highlights of knowing the truth in our lives, like seeing our connections with others for what they really are. Like if you were in an abusive relationship, or if you're in a family dynamic, family dynamics that are unnurturing to you, or family dynamics that are imbalanced, or in a work partnership that is imbalanced or is not really representing a nurturing environment or compassionate environment for you, we are actually seeing all these different aspects of our outside life with, our eyes are so clear. It's a clarity showing up. And because of that, we is, with the idea of the Dharma coming and unfolding for us, it's us seeing where we're heading and what we need to do. We're seeing our right way of living versus the deceptive or the ego-based um, life around us. We're also seeing our own truth, and it's really more important when we're uncovering truth about people around us. We're also uncovering our own truth. And what is our own truth? It's our authentic self, who we really represent, our ideals, our morals, our behaviors, our sense of compassion. Because when we're doing things out of the ego, we're responding to other people's expectations. But when we are in our authentic self, we are going back to our own basics as becoming what we're meant to be. We're opening up to our own gifts and our own talents, our own wisdom, our own ideology. And again, this is part of us choosing the Dharma, or seeing what Dharma we are creating, and we're seeing the right of way, which is us connecting back to source and back to the God, back to the divine, back to the universe that opens our hearts with love. So it's such an interesting beginning. It's just like we're seeing truth, but we're also understanding where we're heading from there. It's not just we're seeing it. It's like, I know where I'm heading with that. So it's December is going to really highlight that for all of us. Divine masculine, divine feminine, whoever you are, whatever gender, sex, sexual orientation, whatever really that is opening up within you. So we are not only have seen the truth of people, of things, of situations, of us and our reactions to things, but we're also like choosing that way. So there's a lot of choices happening in this month of December. The second card is Kali Ma, the Hindu goddess, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So again, it's about choices coming our way. Um, some people fear Kali Ma because she represents death and rebirth, and she has two sides of her, a shadow side and a light side. But she has this ability and this amazing ability to become two things. She has two aspects of her. An aspect that is dark, that it really ends things, and it's about ending our karma. It's about ending phases that represent our shadow self, our shadow lives, our ego-based connections. But at the same time, she has her own aspect of the divine feminine, the mothering, the nurturing, the protection, that is all about light. That because she has to end things and she has to clear things, she's also paving a way for you to open light, and doors that will bring light into your life. So again, Kali Ma here with the first card about Dharma unfolding. We're going to not only see things for what they really are and making our choices, but we're also being supported by the universe to end things, to create major endings, and to create new beginnings and pave way to open new doors of opportunities for us. What a beautiful month it will be for us. We have Jupiter being in its own sign of Sagittarius. Again, I spoke about it because it was coming back to Sagittarius, and that opens up our expansion abilities. It opens us to our own spiritual path, our own knowledge and wisdom and learning, adventures, travel. It's a beautiful new beginning for us. And I feel this is like a number 10 card. It's an ending to a karmic cycle. So definitely I spoke about relationships going through the earthquakes. I've been talking about that for months, but everything comes in layers. If you think that there's going to be one event that ends it all, there's nothing called like that, because we're working with ascension energies and we have to keep uncovering layers upon layers of things, so we really reach the truth of the matter. So I feel December is going to be that bright star that is coming to end things and to open up new opportunities for us. So it's a beautiful month for us. Let's see what's happening with our divine masculine. The divine masculine have been doing such an amazing job, and I know I usually always like say how the divine feminine has been doing such an amazing job, especially in the last few months. The divine feminine has really worked so hard, and it's a collective energy. It's really a collective energy. The divine feminine has been working so hard on themselves, whether they're a man or a woman, but you're carrying that divine feminine energy. We're really working so hard. However, what I can actually say, and especially now it's December, and I did my first, my January reading, talked about the divine masculine, becoming more of their leadership. I gotta say that our divine masculine energies are really doing an amazing job. They are working hard on themselves. They're actually starting to uncover truth. So let's see what the first card for our divine masculine. Amazing card, kindred spirits. Our divine masculine understands that they are kindred spirits and they're transforming. This card has, two people in it. It also has a butterfly. And the butterfly is huge in this card. So this is not a little transformation. I know I've been, when I'm talking about divine masculine, it's always like little butterflies here and there in those cards. But this time, this is the biggest butterfly I think in this whole deck. Our divine masculine is going through this huge transformation right now because they're I think I mentioned in my 11:11 reading that sometimes the divine masculine, like, they take a little bit of patience and they take their time because they allow the divine feminine to soar really high, and then they come with their horses rushing in. So that's what I'm feeling them. It's like there's a huge energy coming in for our divine masculine to bring them amazing transformation. But they're transforming, and what does it really mean is that they're starting they're like, it's not just a spiritual connection now, but they are becoming they're becoming their own leaders right now. and they are connecting deeply with their divine feminine energies. I feel here also kindred spirits is a twin flame card or a divine partner card. This is your soulmate card. So it's their deep connection to their other half or their feminine half. I just heard the guys say that they said we're coming back. It's like a message from the divine masculine saying that we're coming back. But again, coming back here means that they have to come back to their own truth first before they can come back to their homes and coming back to their divine feminine. So many of them are really, they're working really hard on that because they're seeing that truth of that connection. The connection is becoming so truthful to them because that's part of them uncovering the truth as well, is their connection to their divine feminine. So I feel in December, many of them are connecting deeply with the roots of that connection because they've been seeing that connection. It's like they know it in their hearts and everything, but this time in December is taking a whole new level. This is a shift in their perception of their divine feminine. This is also a shift in their own perception of themselves. Like they're seeing not only that they have this deep connection with their divine feminine, this is a bond. It's a deep bond of love, of appreciation, of gratitude, of completeness, of oneness, of unity with their divine feminine. But they're also seeing their role in that connection. They have a role in that connection. It's not just some kind of connection outside of them. They are bringing that union energy, that oneness energy with their divine feminine back into their lives. Whether they need to take specific actions in physical or it's more about their own spiritual lessons, they're taking their time to understand that connection on a deeper level. And I feel also they're opening up to it more. It's like their intuition is growing. They've been working on that intuition for such a long time, but I'm feeling a sense of surrender with it. It's a surrender to that intuition. It's a surrender to that knowing. And even if they're not really communicating that in a physical sense to you, you have to feel that resonance within you and how that resonates with you. So a beautiful connection from the divine masculine to us. The second card is protection. And you guys look at this card, it's like two swans at the bottom, or like, I don't know, it's a goose or something. But I feel this is it's two people in there. Like I feel this is about two people, two lovers. Swans mate and they love their mate for the rest of their lives. So I feel that has this bond again with the first card. But the sense of protection here, I feel with this card, they're saying, I'm protecting what belongs to me and what feels like it's me. The divine, this is a very strong card for a divine masculine. Like it's becoming them. They're protecting what feels home for them. And they're ready. They're working on being ready to protect their lover, their divine feminine, to come forward with how they feel. Because they're getting strong enough to deal with that. But I also feel that they're feeling the divine intervention here. I feel very much with this card. And if you guys look at that card, it's such an interesting part of it. And I don't know if you're going to see it, but there is a crescent new moon. So this is a new moon. This is a new beginning for them. It's perfect right now with this new moon energy. This is newness coming in. So if you don't feel something specific from your divine masculine, just understand that they are shifting and this is a new beginning for them. This is a new moon bringing a new beginning for them in how they're viewing things and how they're perceiving things. Because you have been doing a great job. If you're a divine feminine watching this, you've been doing a great job to open your own perception to things, to heal yourself enough so that your ego cannot be the way you interpret life. You interpret life from your heart, from your soul, from your wisdom, from the divine. One other aspect of this which is interesting because I don't read cards the way they are. I read them in, because when I'm channeling. On the side here, it looks like she's holding a sword. So I want to say this is the sword of truth. This reminds me of Archangel Michael's sword, or the sword energy that we see from the tarot cards. Um, this is them holding the sword of truth and using it for their own, to protect what belongs to them. So they're becoming more truthful. Many of them want to speak the truth, like to really speak up. So they are using that sword and connecting with truth. I feel also this is someone coming into a new world, like stepping ahead, stepping forward in their own strength and their own power. So that's our divine masculine. Um, the divine feminine, on the other hand, the card that came for them is beauty. This is a beautiful card. This is all about love. This is a card about the divine feminine bringing love back into their lives. They're starting to work on love, and even though that we think that we love others and we love unconditionally another person, but the divine feminine is working on bringing love home to them. Home means that they're seeing love within them. They're actually loving themselves. They're falling back in love with themselves and bringing that aspect as part of their lives. That's a major healing issue for a lot of the divine feminine, is to see love within them and to really heal our shadow life, our shadow self, which says to us sometimes in the back of our minds, I'm not worthy of this love, and I'm not worthy of this person, or I'm not worthy to be cherished, loved, or adored, or to know that I am beautiful as a person, inside and out. So I feel so much more with the divine feminine, a sense of calmness, and it's coming into them, even if we don't feel it right in the moment. But this is energy that comes in, and we take our time with it. So you could be fully in that energy, resonating with it right now, or it's coming to you because you're healing yourself enough to reach that energy. Great card for the divine feminine. Our second card is compassion. Compassion here, I feel, again, goes with the same theme for the divine feminine, which is loving themselves again and becoming more compassionate to themselves. I feel it's the same card. I mean, even though I can see it differently about having compassion for others, or, but I feel this is more about compassion for yourself, which means it's like the divine feminine, many of them are taking time to rest and relax, rejuvenate. And I feel it's also guidance from the universe of the divine feminine to take it easy and really enjoy their time. This is, December is about festivities and about, celebrations and gatherings. And sometimes it can be too much for the divine feminine because they work really hard. But I feel with this, it's about taking time to rest when you need to rest, taking time to exercise when you need to exercise, meditating, doing yoga, taking salt bath. It's about really nurturing your body. It's a lot about nurturing the body, because if you look at this card, she's really down on the ground and she's exhausted. So that's a message for the divine feminine to really take care of their health, take care of their taking care of their bodies. I know we have responsibilities of families and work and all these things, but taking the time whenever you can, because the angels really are giving you a lot of credit right now and giving you that opportunity with these energies. Of course, we're ascending, so we're exhausted. They want the divine feminine to be in their energy of reception, to receive things, to stay calm, and to really enjoy whatever they're doing to nurture themselves. So I'm going to show you a great card because I want to show you the romance angels. So for the bottom of the deck was calling in your soulmate. That's a major theme for the month of December. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So I feel this is a card about our vibrations, our energies. So it's like both energies. I feel very much that both energies right now, the divine feminine and the masculine, are pulling each other closer and closer and closer. I feel it's more of physical actions, not just the spiritual action, but it's like more union energies coming in, because we're feeling it more within ourselves, and the divine masculine especially is being so protective of that energy now. They're seeing things so clearly. Again, this is universal energies working with us. Angels, our ascended masters, our ancestral spirits also working with us. I want to say here that the divine masculine is becoming more protective of the divine feminine. Because again, if you guys remember, the other card that I got for the masculine is protection. So I feel they're becoming more protective, and I feel this is the divine masculine fully now bringing in this energy to be, in support of the divine feminine's energy. If you look at her, she is in her zone. She's in her, even though, you can read that card as he's an angel or whatever, but I am seeing it as the divine feminine embracing their life purpose, embracing their mission, and embracing love. And she's like really in her zen moment, her time of contemplation, and really relaxing and surrendering and letting go. And I feel that the divine masculine are coming forward to protect their mission and protect the divine feminine, and to really be strong enough to support that divine feminine. There's also a huge aspect of the universe in this card. There's such an interesting way I'm reading this card, because each reading is very different, but this time it's such a deep message coming in. It's not just about you, your soulmate is coming back to your life. It's not really that. This is a mission. This is two people working in union energy, working with this bold, raw, pure, universal energy of love. And I'm getting chills with this card. It's just such a profound feeling that I'm feeling with it right now, because I'm just definitely feeling those divine masculine energies, like in such a supportive way to their divine feminine. It's like they're saying, I understand and I know, and I'm working on myself to become strong enough to deal with you, to deal with that responsibility that we all have. It's not about just two people romantically connecting. It's not really just a romance. The romance is just part of it. It's the glue that connects two people. But we're here as couples and as people to connect deeply with our mission, to embrace love, to show love, and to be unconditional love, and to heal enough to really show that in our world. This is a lot of support coming in, and I feel like both energies are coming into their own, and coming into their power, and coming into their element. Such a great job. So let's just see. I asked, when I was pulling the cards for the romance, I asked what really the divine masculine side wants to show the divine feminine, and what they really want to say to the divine feminine, and also what they want to release as well, like part of their healing. So the first card is pay attention to the red flag. The signs are cautioning you. So the divine masculine with this card, I know, you can read it negatively, but I'm learning to read it in a more positive way, as the divine masculine are trying to show the divine feminine that they are actually paying attention to the signs. They've been working with their intuition for a while, and they're opening up their throat chakra. They're also opening up their third eye chakra. So they're really starting to understand the universal signs coming to them about their deep connection to the divine feminine. Because these signs have been coming to them, but it feels like they're actually getting it, like they're understanding those signs. They want to tell the divine feminine that they are receiving signs from the universe about their bond and their twin, their connection with the divine feminine. And they're not hiding from it anymore. They're actually starting to understand it. Like it's just another confirmation coming to them. Dreams are also coming. So that's what they want to tell you, that they are seeing the signs. They're paying attention to what the angels are trying to show them. Their intuition comes. It's like someone gets a little flashback. The angel numbers showing up for them. They could be seeing your name everywhere, or seeing something that represented you in them, a song, their maybe something about your culture, your origins, your ethnicity, your religion, your language, your age difference, something that was deep in them that reminded them of you. They're starting to see more of these signs. So they're telling you that they are seeing that, and they're starting to pay attention. And some of them who are still trying to get it, they're actually now getting into that whole idea that they're releasing their ego so that they can see these signs clearly. It's such an interesting thing. Deception, the card deception with the red flags. These two together, they might not be really good in a reading, but the deception card here, someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Is that there are two people here in this card wearing masks, divine feminine and divine masculine. So two people are actually wearing masks. But they're saying with this card, the masks are falling off. Their own mask, their own hiding behind their truth. They've been hiding. They've been hiding who they are. They've been hiding what they want to say. They've been really hiding behind that false mask of their 3D, whatever their life is. If they're stopped communicating with you, or if they communicate but they're not really being honest, they're not being truthful in their communication with you. They're saying that they're ready to take off their mask, but they're really there are others around them that don't want them to take that mask off. If you look at this card, there's the divine feminine here. She's like in her power, and she's not really scared of her mask, and even her mask can easily be like makeup or whatever, but she can actually remove it. But then there's the masculine. She's not being held back. She's actually connecting to the divine, because her head has an angel, so she's really representing that. But on the other hand, the divine masculine is sitting down, but there is someone holding him back in a way. Again, it's not gender specific, but this is like life in the middle. Physical things, physical people, jobs, could be geography, could be a person, a karmic relationship that is stopping them from, or trying to hold them back from coming forward with their truth. So they're telling you that they're working on removing that mask and removing everything that holds them back, because they want to say to the divine feminine, we see you in your truth, and we understand how much you've been honoring yourself with that. The other set of cards is the divine feminine. What the divine feminine is actually saying to the divine masculine. What is it that also they're releasing and working on in this month of December? Because there are cross watches. You don't have to be, I definitely have masculine and feminine energies watching my readings. So this is the feminine side of the story. What they really want to show and what they really want to say. The first card is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. With this, the divine feminine is saying to the divine masculine that they are making the effort. They are really understanding that great love that they have for the divine masculine. It takes a lot of work, a lot of inner work, a lot of outside work. It's worth it for them to love unconditionally, and it's worth it for them to wait, or worth it for them to find their true healing. And I feel also that the divine feminine is saying to the divine masculine is that it's okay for you to make the effort. We understand what you're going through, and you'll not be defeated in your efforts. They're really saying that everything that is worth having is really worth that effort. The other card that the divine feminine is saying, and they're also working on, is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I feel with this card is there's a lot of playfulness coming in, it's happy times coming in between the feminine and the masculine. Is that I feel with this is the divine feminine is working harder on the ability to have joy, the ability to have fun, and the ability to be playful with their divine masculine. Um, they're also saying that here the divine feminine is also releasing a major template about the guilty pleasures that sometimes people have. I don't want to say that in a negative way, but it's about us honoring what makes us really happy. So it's about the divine feminine working on honoring what makes makes her or him happy by releasing their attachment to major templates. I see releasing attachment to traditional and really strict religious beliefs, or releasing their attachment to other templates, like a man, or a man, for example, has to have a specific amount of money, or has to have a job, or that these social programmings. Also age gaps, especially between twin flames and divine partners, they're releasing much more of that, our ideas of how worthy we are of love as well. So there's a beautiful, playful energy coming forward for the divine feminine. Um, so the last part of my reading, I wanted to have this interesting conversation with the angels, and I wanted to see what the angels want to tell us about the month of December. How, like by the end of December, what are we, needing to feel or see, or how December itself is going to show us. So I got the card New Beginnings. It's Archangel Jeremiel. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, forgiving and compassionate review of the past. So it's definitely, this whole confirmation about December becoming a month with, as Kalima said, it's the endings and new beginnings. That we're ending major cycles. We're definitely being shown that we are starting new shifts and new cycles and new chapters in our lives. This is a major arcana, which means it's a major life change. This is a major life change. So by the end, I feel by the end of December, we're going to feel that if we actually look back and really, really use the energies happening in the month of December, we're going to really understand our new beginnings. We're going to see ourselves in a new shift in our perception and the truth around us, in who we are, and also in the idea of forgiving ourselves and having more compassion for ourselves. Archangel Jeremiel, he works with us on life reviews, and life review can be either uh, a painful experience, or it could be a happy experience. When you're reviewing your life against where you are in this now moment, you look and you can look back and say, wow, it wasn't a good life, but I can see why I had to go through it. Or I can see it as a bad life and I become in a victim mentality and I say, oh my God, my life is always going to be like that. And we can, our perception of it can continue to be in the negative. But when we're working with angels, we're also working with, they're helping us see that everything that happens in our lives is coming to heal us and to help us live better lives. So we're reviewing our life, and but we're seeing things that are becoming more of its own purpose for us. So definitely new beginnings are coming in. We are really having some major new beginnings for us. So you will see that this will be definitely coming in for December. The number 20 here is also something I want to pay attention to. It's a number 2. So these are two people coming together. This is union energies again. This is marriages. This is spiritual mergers. This is families, new families being created, new work environments being created, even if you have to move, or getting a new job, or starting your life purpose all over again, or starting a new way of seeing your life purpose and your mission. Even your connection to your twin flame is changing. because you're seeing things differently. So that connection actually changes. The energy of it changes. Definitely feel like the idea of new families being formed. So that, like, a combination of families, but something definitely was coming with that. Another card that I also got was the Queen of Raphael, which is like a Queen of Cups. Kind, understanding, giving, psychic. Follow your heart, love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Actually, I just uncovered that right now, which is definitely what I just said. I feel new families, and I feel that's another confirmation from the angels. This is about us choosing our homes and choosing our lives and understanding our psychic abilities. And our psychic ability is our intuition. It's the gift. It's the gift that we all have as humans are created. We're all having those gifts. It's such an interesting thing. Again, I'm looking at this card and I didn't even notice that before, but I mean, on the side here, it looks like a new crescent moon. So I'm telling you, like, in the next few days, as you know, as we're releasing the energy of Mercury, it's going to take its a little bit of time with the shadow. But as when you start seeing the crescent moon, this is when this beautiful energy of love and healing is coming in, and you're going to see this reading actually unfold much better even for you. Again, like two dolphins, everything is about two people coming together, union energies. And I know we get psyched up about the union because we think, oh my God, tomorrow I'm marrying my twin, or tomorrow I'm connecting with my twin in that way. But it is an energy that has to happen within us first before it can really manifest outside. And you can actually see it for what it truly is. But I feel more trust in our psychic abilities, more trust in our intuitions, more trust in the connection itself. Because we get challenged by these energies, especially with the Mercury retrograde, is about our communication skills, our people from the past, our karma, our past lovers, our soulmates, all these different energies coming really to check our communication and really challenge our communications. It's interesting, like my clock now says 47, so definitely that tells you that's a confirmation. It's the number 11. This is many more of us are really following our hearts. Whatever is feeling good, whatever is our intuition, we're opening us up. This is someone who's more sensitive, more compassionate. So we are, like December, we will be more into our own element. Let's see what the last card is. Beautiful last card for us, 10 of Raphael. So Archangel Raphael, I was feeling Archangel Raphael, when I was meditating before my reading, and I definitely feel him really here. This is healing of our heart, and I feel that's now when I will tell you something also that has been coming in. So 10 of Raphael, this is like a 10 of cups. This is receiving the highlight of love and blessings, fill your life, harmonious relationships with family members, happily ever after. This is what we're working on. For some, we're going to really feel it in our lives because our cups will be really full. And many of us have been working so hard for that. But sometimes we actually have to feel it in this now moment for us to actually manifest that person or manifest that new change or that highlight of that. There's a lot of blessings coming in, a lot of harmony coming in between divine masculine and divine feminine. And we're working on that. We're releasing our fears in connection to our worthiness of this love. One of the things I'm also feeling is our deep healing of our heart chakras. Our heart chakras, our like really where we feel everything. Like this opens up everything else for us. I know we connect with another person through our solar plexus, but our hearts feel. And we're opening up our hearts to other layers of unconditional love to ourselves, unconditional love to another, unconditional love to this universe and to people around us. So we're opening up our heart chakras even more and more and more. And that's something I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling also our solar plexus with our strength, is opening up. Our fears are being released, and our stresses. And it's going to be a chakra that I feel that we'll have to care for this month because of the stresses of the holiday season, especially if you're in North America with the Christmas and all that. And so there's a lot of stress coming up, but we'll have to heal those stresses. The angels are also saying that we're opening up our hearts to love from ways that we haven't seen before, from others that we haven't communicated with before. They're also saying that many of us are going to connect deeper with crystals. We're going to work with crystals on a different level, mastering our skills of working with crystals. And they're saying that crystals are earth bounties, like earth treasures. And we are going to be creating things that using crystals, but also we are working with them in a different way, connecting with the idea of crystals, because it's earth energy, but it also has a galactic energy within them. They're not just pieces of glass or pieces of rocks. And I feel like you have to wear crystals more often now and really master the use of crystals. It's an interesting message that's coming from the guides. Archangel Jeremiel, because I know I've been connecting with him in this reading, he wants to say that we are here to review our lives together. Our lives, meaning as angels, and our lives as humans, our lives as souls, our lives as physical creations and beings that are not in a physical body. But our lives are meant to be lived to its utmost potential, to its fullest. Especially when we're creating. The more we create, the more we enjoy and the more we love. And the more when we reach that point when we're reviewing things, we understand that the review itself is coming from love. God created angels in the universe, created masters and created energies and created positive flow that is so vast and so huge that we can't even begin to comprehend how big it is. But when we feel it from our hearts, we actually can live it to its full potential, to its greatest, and it is more it's more a pure form of source and the source energy that is within all of us. This is a life that is meant to be lived, and it's lived when we are actually living. As angels see things and see earth and see beings and galaxies and universes and planets and stars and moons and energies and crystals and grounds and flowers and trees, it is them being part of us as all as one. We're all seeing these union energies flow between us all. This is the idea of the oneness. And when you're reviewing your life, see it as oneness. See it as the union. See it as your unconditional love to another. That everything has been created within you to allow you to live this life to its own fullest. Our life reviews can be different. When I'm reviewing my life is different than when you're reviewing your life. But at the end, when we are understanding that review as it's the master plan that we're created for, this is the master plan of the universe, and we're only parts of that major universe. We're parts of it, and we're creating things in it. And the more we create, the more we live. Is the more we create, the more we live. But when we are bound and we're held back and we're feeling unlimited in our being and in our source energy within us, it's like we're trying to contain light in a very dark box. And we're here to show you that you can open yourself up beyond that box and let the light flow, and let the light leave that box to really light up your room, to light up your house, your world, the lives of others around you. That's why we create, and that's why we carry the love source God energy within all of us. It is the being of light. It is the being of God. It's the being of the angelic presence. It is really all of our beings, angels or humans or other beings, galactic or universal. This life again is all about how we create our timelines and how we create our perception of our timelines and how we create our everyday choices, our daily lives, our daily connections, our interactions, and our relationships. This is um, this is the box. This is the box that we have around us. So the more we open the box to show our light, then everything around us will be created of that light and will be reflecting of that light. It's like when you are in a dark room and enter a dark room and you have this light and light up a candle, everything else will start to shine and everything else will be reflected back to you from that light of the candle. So life review in itself is what light is within you that you're seeing outside. This is the universal law of what's inside is what's outside. So open your boxes, open that creation, open that soul within you, allow it to soar, remove the boundaries and remove the limitations that you have put upon yourself. As angels, we try to work with you and we try to show you that there's life beyond that box. And each one of us, whether we're angels and our ascended masters or gods and goddesses, we are here to help you with all of this, to show you what kind of, first of all, what kind of light that shines in that box. You could be a white light and you could be a blue light, you can be a red light, you can be a green light. Every light is important and every light has its own essence, and that's really your own essence. Show it to the world, become that, and the world will reflect back that essence. Nothing says that we all have to be specific, like just white light or white candles or white bulbs. But again, if you are the purity of the red light or the green light, then that purity will reflect outside of that box of the world and will bring you that back forward, reflected back at you. So be that light. Open your boxes, open your limitations, open your layers, open your eyes to see that light within you and know what kind of light that really shines within you before you can actually portray to the outside world. Understand it, review it, and portray it to the outside world. The more you understand it, the better you are, and the more light you're going to bring forward to the outside world. This is what life review means, is to know your own light, to see your past going forward and your forward being in this moment, to really see it all coming together. And we're here to help you with that. So end the month of December with this idea that your new beginnings are right here. They're being manifested and they're being shown to you in form. And the more form you become, the more light you show you, the more your light is going to show you your capabilities and your path, and will show you many, many doors of opportunity that is coming from inside you. Your light shows you the way. As much as the universe can bring you things and God can bring you things and can open doors for you, but your own light has to show it, has to really reflect it. Because no matter how many doors we can open for you, if you can't see it yourself, it is useless. But we're here to show you that way and to give you the signs and the guidance and the abilities and to connect with you on a deeper level of love, to show the purity of who you are from the source energy, from God himself. The goddess energy is also important within you. This is the goddess energy. And the goddess energy is the energy of nurturing and creativity and creation. But it's also nurtured by the ability of the its own God energy, that masculine energy, that protection, that safety, that strength and courage to go forward. We are into new beginnings. Every day is a new beginning, but the month of December will be an amazing new beginning for many of you. And we wanted to come forward to you to tell you that this is true. You have to see that truth. And it's coming here for you. Honor it in your own love and honor it in your own perception. and see it for its truth. We'll always be back with you. We're always going to be guiding you, and we're always going to show you the way that you know, and the way that you perceive, and the way that you're meant to see and create. The life of an angel is not really an easy one, because times we see you hurt. Sorry, my video cut off. I think the energy was too much for my, Mercury is still in this shadow. Archangel Jeremiel wants to end this by saying that they're going to be back with more messages coming forward, as they always do, but it's going to be more direct and more specific messages about how to see your life. So I'm going to end my video at that. There'll be more to come, I'm sure. As always, there's always going to be new energies, new knowledge, and new wisdoms that we're going to be learning. And I hope you use every day to learn about my videos. And because my videos can if you watch one of my older videos, you're still going to benefit so much, because I bring divine, whatever knowledge I'm bringing, divine knowledge from the universe and from the angels, and you can resonate with something I've said in the past versus something that I'm saying right now. Whatever resonates with you is what will be true for you. I hope you have a blessed and a beautiful month of December coming forward. If you'd like to connect with me to book for a private reading, or really just connect and comment, on what my work, please go to my website, soulspeak.com. And also, I would love to see you on my page, Soulspeak. There's so many blessings around all of us, and I will say the same message that I said before in one of my videos is, if my readings, or if anybody else's readings, or if you feel gratitude to some kind of a knowledge that comes to you, then bring balance back to the universe by maybe donating your time, or donating to someone in need, or bringing love back to somebody else, or doing something to balance that energy with the universe, the energy of gratitude. Basically, it's just being grateful for something that might help you, might open your life to something brand new. Then I would really appreciate that you would do that for the universe. I send you love, and I send you blessings, and I look forward to an amazing month of December for all of us.